This episode of LeapTV is made possible by Velvet Pumpkin Productions, your #1 choice for all your online video and podcasting needs. Coming up on LeapTV, Branding 101 will demystify the word. A viewer's question is answered about core values, and this week's performance tip is about non-negotiables. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and this is the show that shows you that small, intentional, and consistent actions give you massive results. What is branding? That word has been misused and misunderstood. Actually, I would venture as to say that it's the most misused word in the English dictionary. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating just a tad. But before I actually share with you what branding truly is, let's actually talk about what it isn't. First of all, branding, it's not marketing. It's not marketing because branding comes before marketing. But I hear small business owners talk about branding and marketing as if it's the exact same thing. So branding is your core message, while marketing are the activities through which you communicate that core message. Branding is not an event either. I hear this all the time. We're branding or we're rebranding. So yes, this is one event, but branding is about consistent weekly tweaks. So it's not an event. And now I might shock you by saying this, but branding is not a logo and it's not a look either. In fact, a logo means nothing unless the company behind the logo means something to you. So again, branding is the core message, marketing are the activities in which you communicate that. So what is branding? Branding is the conversation that people have about you when you're not in the room. That's branding. Branding is what people think, what people feel when they experience your product or your service. And branding is about being crystal clear of 3 key factors: who you are, what problems you solve, and who you are best suited to help. Very few companies can answer these questions with full, complete conviction. Can you? Now it's time to get involved. I want to know what you do and what problems you solve. How do you do that? It's very simple. Just add your comment below the video. It's very simple, super easy. And by the way, did you know that commenting is a great way to increase traffic to your website? So take advantage of it. Now, before we move on with the show, I really want to take a few seconds to talk about Velvet Pumpkin Productions. Danielle truly rocks. Hey, Danielle behind the camera. She truly rocks at helping small business owners like you really increase their online exposure by helping you get clear about your message. So head on over to velvetpumpkin.com for more details and special offers. This week's question is from Lucy Rockford from Burnaby, BC. Lucy writes, "Hi Isabelle, I was at your recent Branding from the Inside Out seminar, and wow, what a value-packed presentation. I have never been this clear about what makes my brand unique and viable. I am now working on strengthening my values, and my question is this: should my company core values be similar to my own values?" Well, Lucy, absolutely great question. And the answer to this is absolutely. And here's why. You is what makes you different from all of your competitors out there. What you stand for, which are core values are what you stand for. So what you stand for is your unique combination. Think of it as your unique thumbprint or your DNA for that matter. At LeapZone, our core values are these: spark, guts, digging deeper, keeping it simple, and freedom to excel. Everything we do has to answer to this and revolve around this because it's what we stand for. Notice that there's no integrity word in there. It's really important to not settle for overused words or words that anyone could be using. Find the right ones that expresses what you truly stand for. If you want other great examples, visit providentsecurity.ca. Their values are clear, They're very well communicated. They're a company that truly walks their talk. They're a local Vancouver company, and I use them as an example all the time. They're a perfect example of what to do for core values. Now, Leapers, it's time to get involved. If you have other suggestions for Lucy, don't be shy. Let's hear about them. Just post your comments below the video at leaptv.com and add your 2 cents. Now, Lucy, in return for asking a question, I am pleased to give you a 2-month free subscription to myleaptools.com, which is a great, vital resource with a constantly growing collection of tips, tools, and must-know winning strategies to help entrepreneurs kick some serious butt. This week's performance tip is about implementing daily non-negotiables. What's a daily non-negotiable? It's the one thing, the one action that once done in your day really gives you the most satisfaction and the most momentum in your day. I know that you're like me and you have a billion to-dos to do every day, and somehow they all have the same level of priorities. For example, if you have B to do today, and you spend your day filled with doing A, C, D, E, F, G, at the end of the day, I bet you will not feel totally happy because B was supposed to be done and B wasn't done. I'm sure that that happened to you before. So B would be an ideal non-negotiable. The benefits of implementing daily non-negotiables are clarity and more focus in your day for sure. And the kicker, less procrastination. There's one rule though with the non-negotiable, which is treat it like you would a client commitment. It's very important. You wouldn't actually not show up for a client meeting, so make sure that you actually treat it like a client commitment and get it done earlier in your day. Don't wait until 4:45 to get your daily non-negotiable done. So try it out. Every night, pick your non-negotiable for the next day and see. You'll actually get immediate results. So if you've liked this week's tip, chances are you would love myleaptools.com. So check it out and have fun with it. That's it for this week. Remember that everything you've learned here today will do absolutely nothing for you, unless of course you implement it. So take action on what you've learned and remember that it's much easier to do it than to dwell on it. If you want my help with a one-on-one personalized consultation, just look for the link below the video that says Isabelle On Demand. And don't forget to share your thoughts. We want to hear them. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and you can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Join me next week for another episode packed with branding lessons. See you next week. At Leap Zone, for example, we stand for Spark? What the fuck do we stand for? As you can see, I'm not quite sure.
At Leap Zone. We'll take it from that Leap Zone.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's it. That's all for this week. Remember.
That's it, that's all?
Okay.
That's all.
That. Biddy.
Thank you.